Hi everyone. Welcome back to the Bug Bounty series. In today's episode, I'm going to show you how I earned a Hall of Fame recognition from NASA using a simple reconnaissance approach with Seeker v12 and Google Dorking techniques. I'll also explain how anyone interested in bug bounty can potentially achieve the same recognition by following a proper methodology and responsible disclosure process. First, let's talk about the platform involved. NASA runs a public vulnerability disclosure program on BugCrowd, which allows security researchers to responsibly report vulnerabilities found in NASA's publicly accessible assets. If a valid security issue is reported and confirmed, researchers can receive recognition in NASA's Hall of Fame on the National Aeronautics and Space Administration Vulnerability Disclosure page. Now let me walk you through the process. The first phase was reconnaissance. Instead of directly attacking anything, I started with Google Dorking. Dorking is a technique where you use advanced search operators in Google to discover publicly exposed files, directories, and endpoints inside a target domain. For example, searching for things like exposed directories, backup files, configuration files, or publicly indexed assets within the nasa.gov domain. Many times organizations unintentionally expose resources that shouldn't be publicly accessible. During this reconnaissance phase, I identified some interesting endpoints and directories that were indexed by Google. These findings indicated that there might be misconfigured resources or sensitive assets exposed publicly. To validate and analyze the findings further, I used a tool called Seeker v12. This tool helps security researchers collect useful information such as IP address, location data, and device information when a target interacts with a generated link. By combining Dorking techniques and Seeker, I was able to gather additional information that helped confirm whether the discovered resources could pose a potential security risk. Once I confirmed that the issue was valid and reproducible, the next step was responsible disclosure. This is where BugCrowd comes in. NASA manages its vulnerability disclosure submissions through the BugCrowd platform. The process is actually very straightforward. First, you create an account on BugCrowd. Then you search for NASA's Vulnerability Disclosure Program. Inside the program page, you will find scope details, which define which domains and assets are allowed for testing. After identifying a vulnerability, you submit a detailed report including a clear description of the issue, the affected URL or endpoint, a step-by-step reproduction steps, a proof of concept screenshots or videos, the potential security impact. Once submitted, the NASA security team reviews the report. If they confirm that the issue is valid and within scope, they will acknowledge the report and proceed to fix the vulnerability. After my report was reviewed and validated, the issue was resolved by the security team. As recognition for contributing to improving their security, my name was added to the NASA Hall of Fame. This is an important lesson for anyone entering the bug bounty field. You don't always need complicated exploits or advanced hacking techniques. Sometimes simple reconnaissance, proper methodology, and patience are enough to find real vulnerabilities. Anyone interested in cybersecurity, penetration testing, or bug bounty hunting can start with basic Recon techniques like Dorking, asset discovery, and vulnerability analysis. The key things to remember are: always test only within authorized scope, always follow responsible disclosure, and always provide clear and professional reports. If you stay consistent with learning and practice, earning recognitions like NASA Hall of Fame is absolutely possible. That's it for today's Bug Bounty series episode. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more real bug bounty case studies, vulnerability demonstrations, and cybersecurity tools, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for the next episode.